Good morning. This is Monday, April 11th, 2022. I am back on the North Carolina side of the Smokies today. I am doing a solo day hike of about 4.3 miles that includes the Goldmine Loop Trail and the Tunnel Bypass Trail. That will cut off a little bit of the Goldmine Loop Trail that I have already done back when I hiked Forney Ridge and Forney Creek, which would have been June 2021. And then also when I hiked out here in September coming down Welch Ridge. So I've already done that part. I'm really looking forward to it. It's a beautiful spring day. And this starts a week in the Smokies where I am going to go back over to Lead Cove and Boat Mountain Trail, up the AT and down Jenkins Ridge. That'll be tomorrow. Nice little climb to get the cobwebs out of my lungs. And I think there might be another tiny climb like that. But pretty much other than that, this trail is going to be nice and I don't want to say easy. No trail in the Smokies is easy. And I have heard that, I don't know if people were referring to that little hill back there, but that Goldmine has a few little surprises. So, but it wasn't bad. It's just, the first few steps of the day. Not sure if I will see any wildflowers on this trail today, even though things are starting to green up a little bit. Some trees are leafing out now, and it's just a beautiful day. The high in my car before I got out was 64 degrees. Feels warmer than that, but I think that's just because the sun's out. Just under a half a mile in, and we come to my first junction. To the right here is where I'll be coming back here in just a little bit. That is the Tunnel Bypass Trail. I'm headed now towards campsite 67, and I think close to that, I don't know if it's before or after, there should be some good-sized creek crossings crossing over the water that from there spills into Fontana Lake. We have made it to campsite 67, so let's go take a look. This is a long way back here. Well, I say long way. It's at between point 1 and point 2. And it doesn't look like we're yet to the campsite. All right. We have made it to campsite 67. It doesn't look super huge. There's a water source right there. That looks like a decent common area. I see no flat sites for a tent. And I'm not really sure about even the trees for a hammock since I'm not really experienced in that. I'm not seeing ideal ones necessarily, but like I said, I really don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to hammocks. There's the tree that the bear hang cables are on. And there they are. All right. Made it back to the campsite sign. So I'm sitting here eating lunch right before, I'd say within maybe 2/10 of a mile before the next junction. A nice little log thing to sit on. Got everything sprawled out. So I had read in a couple places where there would be some water crossings, and they might be, I think one said that it was not bridged, and another said something about it could be more than a rock hop in deep water. And it's spring, and they just had a bunch of snow that quickly has melted. And there were boards down, but there were nothing more than rock hops. So I don't know if that's changed over the years or it's not dry here. So I don't know, but I didn't have to take my shoes off and put water shoes on. So that's a plus. Goes straight up. So this is a great place to take a break. I am 2.85 miles in. That includes the side trail to the campsite. So catch you later. Okay. That was not as tiny as I thought it would be. Whew, I gotta catch my breath. So I am not going the entire 0.7 from here. I've got to dip down here in just I don't know, maybe less than 100 yards. Dip down into the tunnel bypass trail. Look at that view. It never, ever gets old. I made it back to the Goldmine loop, and this tells me that I go back down this direction. So I guess the Goldmine loop trail started here, and what I took, it'll be interesting. I really didn't take a look at the sign when I got down there. I don't know if officially this part that I took this morning is Goldmine loop or tunnel bypass. I thought it was Goldmine loop, but we shall see. All right, this sign answers my question. When I came up here earlier and saw this sign, I was still huffing and puffing coming up this hill, and I thought it said Goldmine Loop. So there you have it. This is actually the tunnel bypass that ends up at the road to nowhere. By the way, the road to nowhere does come out of Bryson City. You do go through Bryson City, and you'll even, if you're paying enough attention, see a sign to the left. It's a billboard when you know you're on the road to nowhere. I can't remember the name of it coming out. Maybe I'll try to put it on the screen here, that it turns into then the road to nowhere. And there's a sign there that says, "Welcome to the road to nowhere." I think it says, "A promise unkept since like 19 whatever, 40 something maybe." So I thought that was interesting. But this trail, so you're going to take the road to nowhere until you can't take it any further. There's a parking lot, and then, less than 100 yards, I think, is the tunnel. You'll see the tunnel from the parking lot. And then when you park, you're going to walk back down the road to nowhere to right before the bridge. There's like a little bridge and that you drive over. And right before that bridge is the trailhead for the tunnel bypass. If you wanted to take it this direction. I enjoyed it this direction. I think that I probably had more downhill than uphill this direction. Either way, I think it might be okay. There were a couple where I was like, oh wow, that was pretty steep, but they didn't go on forever. So if you want to take that direction, that's what you would do. Just go right before the bridge and then slip into the woods. Okay, now for real, I'm signing off. Thanks for watching.